Hi, Dwayne of Pissed Off Parent here. Want to tell you about a familiar story played out all over the United States. It is kind of a long story, so why don't you have a seat and I'll tell you all about it. When a marriage or relationship ends with children, you have to go to court to divide everything equally, or so you think. So the process starts out with you receiving a summons to appear in court, sometimes the silver bullet, or other allegations or things like that, but you go to court. You show up to court assuming that justice will be served, that an impartial judge is going to weigh the facts and data equally. You even hire an attorney to ensure that justice is served. Your soon-to-be ex shows up with her attorney, and you begin. The judge just begins asking about money and assets and things like that, but not about any of the facts of the case. Suddenly, the judge says that you have to start paying your attorney money, pay the court costs, you have to pay for her attorney, and you have to pay for her. And of course she's ecstatic. You sit there in just utter disbelief as the judge gives her all of your assets, the car, the house, all of your finances. It just makes no sense. You're shocked at the way the judge dispersed your assets. But then you think, I'm a good parent, I should be able to get equal shared parenting. But then the judge says child support. And then tells you standard possession order. And then you find out that means first, third, fifth weekends, which then translates into visitor. So you've just been relegated back to a visitor in your children's lives, and all of your assets have been transferred to your ex-spouse. What happened? Well, you were a victim of Title 4D of the Social Security Act. Well, what is Title 4D of the Social Security Act? Okay, well, we need to take a little journey back in time, and I can tell you all about it. All right, here we are about 100 years ago. Got your typical family. It's the good old days. Single income family where dad goes off to work and, everything's good. But, sometimes calamity strikes. I said calamity strikes. There we go. And, the family is hurting afterwards. Well, in 1935, the government created a program as a result of the Social Security Act called the Aid to Families with Dependent Children, AFDC. It was formed to service the needs of low-income or no-income families. In particular, focus was placed on children who had lost a parent to death or abandonment. You see, up until the 1960s, divorce was actually very rare. But then, the then Governor Ronald Reagan passed no-fault divorce. And combined with the feminist revolution, changing morals, the divorce rate skyrocketed. All right, so let's go ahead and put that into practice. So we have Bob and June here that get married in the 50s. They have a couple of kids. They buy a house, a car. And then everything's going good, but then, 70s hit, and then housewife June gets bored and then decides she wants a divorce. And then, poof, Bob's gone, and she's happy to be an independent woman, and she doesn't need no man telling her what to do. But then where's all that excitement that she was promised? Well, there's no Bob, there's no money, the house gets sold, car gets repoed, and they go on welfare. Here's a chart of the index of dependence on the government from 1962 to 2011, and it shows an alarming increase from 1962 to 2011 of dependence on the government. If you cross-reference that with the divorce rates of the same time frame, you'll notice a correlation. By the 1970s, it was recognized that the reasons for financial assistance had clearly evolved from the AFDC's original intent of helping out widows. the majority of the recipients of welfare were actually mothers that were divorcing. To try to fix the problem, the Fed enacted the Child Support Enforcement and Paternity Establishment Program, the CSE, in 1975. The law also amended the Social Security Act, Title IV, Part B, authorizing federal matching funds for enforcement purposes, locating non-resident parents, establishing paternity, establishing child support awards, and collecting child support payments. The OSCE was established with the federal government's enactment of CSE of 1975. TANF, the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF is a matching block grant program. This new stricter program is what replaced the 1935 program. And then in 1996, Congress passed and President Bill Clinton signed the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act, which required that states adopt UIFSA by January 1st, 1998, or face loss of federal funding for child support enforcement. The current Title 4D pool is sitting at $560 million. In order to find out how much your state is receiving from that pool, go to tags.hhs.gov, type in search, advanced search, the year. The optive is ACF, the CFDA is 93563 and 93564, and your state, and hit submit. Texas, for example, is at $324,618,384. Now, they also received reimbursement of $367,220,000. And finally, as a bonus, we'll call it an incentive, they received $72 million. So just for Texas and yearly incentives, bonus, and costs, the total amount that they received was $763,838,384, just for Texas. If you've been paying attention, you now understand why your court case went the way it did. Child support is nothing more than a welfare recovery program. States like Texas recover $763 million yearly off of child support. They also employ 2,600 people. And divorce is a $60 billion a year business. Although there are hundreds of peer-reviewed articles that show equal shared parenting is best for children and that not having equal shared parenting is detrimental to children, judges, lawyers, and some legislators absolutely refuse to pass 50-50 legislation, granting primary custody to the mother. Why? Here's an excerpt from Tarrant County, Texas, Title 4D document. Incorporate existing enforcement resources into the system to obtain maximum benefit from federal funding. It's a $60 billion industry. And this document here says that the attorney's first duty is to the court and to the public, not the client. And if you're still confused, here's a custody breakdown by sex from the Census Bureau. It shows an 85-15 split. You're trying to find out, why is it custodial mothers get priority? Well, who generally makes more money with which to get child support from? Again, millions in federal funds for judges, lawyers, legislators. It's a $60 billion a year industry. All right, how can you fix it? All right, 1, join shared parenting organizations and stay informed. 2, participate in equal shared parenting events. 3, write your legislators. Tell them what's going on. 4, vote out bad judges. 5, vote out bad legislators. And 6, and most importantly, be the best parent you can be. Well, I hope everyone learned something today. This is the Pissed Off Parent signing off.